Welcome to episode 86 of Both Down, the #1 Blood Bowl podcast.
On the snowy plains of Moore, Oklahoma.
Real snowy. This is Steve, a.k.a. Kilowoggy.
I'm Scott Prime.
With me is Scott Prime.
Scott Prime.
And it kind of sort of snowed today.
It snowed enough that Steve has decided to stay home from work.
No, Steve already had today off. It just happened to snow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, then I owe you an apology.
Okay.
Because I was teasing that there was too much snow on the ground. I bet Steve doesn't go to work today.
No. Steve had the today off because we had Nuffleween and then
well, now I even
4-day
feel
weeks.
worse that I woke you up this morning because I figured you would have got up, got ready for work, and then looked outside and said, I ain't going in.
That's why it took me a long time to reply to you, because I was asleep.
Okay.
No, it was nice to have the day off after Nuffleween weekend.
For sure.
Because I had yesterday off since it was Sunday, but I couldn't tell you what I did yesterday.
I can tell you what I did, and I've rarely ever do this. I slept in, and then I painfully watched at least 5 hours of TV straight.
What'd you watch?
Off and on. We caught up on a lot of Bob's Burgers and Family Guy.
Oh, okay.
And then we tried to watch the first episode of this season of Walking Dead, and then the second episode pixelated out and got really glitchy from our DVR that was so bad we couldn't even watch it.
Gotta love Cox.
Yeah, Cox Cable's terrible.
Monopoly, everybody. It's awesome.
Yeah. And then we watched something else. And some South Parks.
Okay.
So, it was okay, kind of, but, it drove me insane. And Jennifer's like, I have no problem doing this. Why does this bug you? And I was like, I don't know.
The same thing I've been saying for years.
And, then, at 6 o'clock, I was like, let's go do something. She's like, I ain't doing anything. I'm reading it. I'm like, ah. So I organized the last couple of sets of Dragon Ball Super card games.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, fancy lad. And then went to bed. So, we left the house for 15 minutes.
Right.
And it was driving me nuts. Driving me nuts.
I got a lot of organizing done, and then I started contacting people for Oklahoma Bowl, trying to get sponsors already.
Right.
So shout out to Tarsus Miniatures, who's already sent some stickers and a figure for Oklahoma Bowl.
Oh, that's cool.
So if you know anybody who has free stuff to give us, we're going to have a lot of people to give it away to.
Yeah. So Steve thinks we're going to be bigger than ever. So that means Steve shaves his head or gets a tattoo.
I'll shave my head at 75.
You can't keep going up and up.
That's the whole
point
of
unrealistic.
it. No, that's why I do it.
If we break 60 again, if we break 60,
no.
62, you should shave your head.
No, 75.
Dude, you need some fresh air on that head anyways. In those places that...
I'm not disagreeing with you. I probably would be fine doing it, but 75.
What if you shaved your head and you got all these chicks and then, you wish you did this years ago?
It probably wouldn't have helped. I mean...
What if it did?
Well, what doesn't make any difference.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like I can go back in time.
So what tattoo you can get?
Not going to get a tattoo.
You should get the Cubs logo right on you. The same place that the current Cubs logo you have on your jersey is.
Over my heart?
Or your arm. Either way.
No.
Okay.
I don't want a tattoo.
Why?
Because it's permanent. I don't want anything permanent on me.
Yet you hold on to your hair.
I am... Not much I could do. Again, we have people who think we're related already. If I shave my head and then a beard grows in, people are really going to think we're related.
Oh, I think we act totally different enough that nobody...
You've never seen two brothers act completely different. Because I'm pretty sure that's how all brothers work.
Okay. What's so wrong being related to me?
Nothing. I'm just saying that we would look alike. That's not good.
Why?
I got called Scott 3 times this weekend.
By Mike Patterson, I bet.
No.
Somebody else? Because I heard him do it at least twice.
Okay, it was a couple people. It was at least 2 people.
Okay. Well,
I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus.
Okay. I didn't either. It's easy to mix us up. We're both handsome.
I know.
So.
2 stunningly good-looking people like this.
Right, exactly.
Our images need to be engraved on a figure or something.
Well, we can't really do that because everybody else has done 2-headed figures.
Oh, you mean they copy us? No.
Well, who knows?
We can do whatever the hell we want.
I'm saying a lot
More
of
info coming soon.
Blood Bowl guys have like-minded ideas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying.
So what are we going to talk about today, Steve?
We going to talk about anything else before then?
Oh, sure.
Fumble.
What do you want to talk about?
We joined a World Cup test team on Fumble, where everybody has to take a star player. Since I'm taking Jordell anyways, I figured I'd join it.
And I was kind of like hoping that the guy would fill the team with other people first.
Right.
But he couldn't because nobody else wanted to take star players. So there's just 4 of us.
Shout out to Anthony Landers for doing it.
Yeah. And after about 3 plays in Fumble, I was angry that I was playing Fumble.
I set up my team, and then I thought, you know what? I'm going to change it just a little bit. I put my kick guy on the edge by accident. And then, of course, I set up to do kick, and it goes right out the end zone. I'm like, oh, God damn it. So, of course, it goes to his guy, and my guy was using illegal inducements because how it's set up, we have to get the max value so that we can induce the star players and stuff like we're supposed to. But he took hack and slash and a bribe when he's not supposed to. I lost, almost won, but...
You think you would know that?
Well, not everybody pays attention.
Sure. Oh, well. So you won.
No, I lost, but I get the win.
But you get the win.
Yes.
So you won.
I guess, yes.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So you have a win. I pulled out a tie.
Yeah.
I was getting beat 1-0.5. I was ready just to quit the game, and then I kept reminding myself that this is Fumble, so something stupid can happen.
Yep.
And he double skulled at one point, and I picked up the ball and took it in and stalled out and won 1-1, or tied 1-1. It felt like a win.
I enjoy the opportunity to just throw dice and see what Jordell can do. Just leaping around and dodging through tackle zones and pissing people off. It's fun.
We got to play in the sweltering heat, and I had no less than 3 guys every time suffer. And it's like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that's rough.
You got to be kidding me. And one guy stayed knocked out the whole game. Like, play 2, he was gone, and he never came back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think I blocked him. I think it was through a foul. I killed his Minotaur on like turn 2.
Dang.
which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
You hear that sound that
Yeah, I was playing against Undead, and I didn't even realize he killed somebody, but I heard some music, and I'm like, the hell is that?
Yeah, he raised you down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I played my Underworld team with Glart Jr. Against a Chaos team. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's something.
I was also thinking that this little practice round would be like 3 or 4 games, and it's like 6 or so. So you're going to hear probably a lot of complaining about Fumble.
Or we'll just ignore it and not bring it up again.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So, yes, for this episode, we're going to be talking about the new NAF rules that came out. They did their committee and published the sanctioning guide, I guess.
It's pretty cool stuff if you haven't paid attention.
Yeah, we'll be going over that, and then we'll be talking about Nuffleween, second segment, and the final round's going over S.C.A.R.S for the year, the Southern Central Oracle Regional Series.
This is the 3rd year for that, right? 4th
Think so.
year.
4th.
3rd? 4th?
Something like that.
Well,
It'd be good if we knew, huh?
Well, you've done it for a while now,
Yeah.
and I will not win an award at all this year.
No, you won't.
I didn't play many tournaments this year.
Sure didn't.
So
Dean, not to spoil anything, but he was the only person to go to every single one.
wow.
And I don't think we had anyone that do that last 2 years.
Good on Dean.
Yeah.
He loves some Blood Bowl. All right, so we're going to take a break, then come back?
Sounds good.
Or you want to just keep on pressing through and never have any breaks?
No, we need breaks.
Can you imagine the break, though, like where we continue to talk and you hear somebody peeing in a cup and we just keep going?
What?
Because we don't take a break. So
Why does that automatically resort to us being in a cup?
Because you're going to have to pee at some point.
Couldn't you just hold it?
Well, you can't hold it. That's what nobody knows is how often you pee during one of these things. And you can't hold it, but you like blame it on Scott. So like,
sure, that's what it is.
Yeah, sure.
It's not you coughing 45 times.
It might be. Now that you mentioned that, now I kind of want to cough.
Of course you do.
All right, we'll be right back, folks.
Both Down is brought to you by Wizards Asylum, your premier source for comics and games in Norman, Oklahoma. Check them out online at their new home, wizardsnorman.com.
First segment this month, we're going to go over the NAF review of the rules for this year.
Yay.
I guess technically it's going to be in effect for next year.
So it doesn't start immediately?
I don't know. I guess it does. Well, there's not many things between now and then.
I understand, but I wonder...
I'm pretty sure it starts at the beginning of the year. That way that gives you 8 weeks to
That's what I'm
finish
saying.
off
It's
the
effective
year.
January 1st.
Right.
Officially.
That only makes sense.
Okay.
So if you don't know, the NAF went through and just did a review of everything, took some people's input, and decided how they wanted to move forward on sanctioning and what's allowed. So we'll go ahead and go through the breakdown. We'll have links on the website for this, so you can go look yourself. But this is basically the gist of it.
So it says... You just want to go over these?
Yeah, just go.
All inducements from Spike 1, 2, and 3 are included. So all the weird wizards and all that stuff.
Well, it's just inducements. It's not the support staff.
Okay.
Right?
Just says...
Because, yeah, it's inducements. So,
your notes say inducements.
right. So it's like the weather wizard, and I don't think it's each race's wizard, though.
Okay.
Let me double check
Well,
that.
it just depends, I guess, how you write your tournament. If you say all inducements can be used, sounds like you can use any of these. Most tournaments say the only inducements you can use are star players and the halfling shelf and bribes. That's how most tournaments are. They don't say, like, you can bring a wizard to do a fireball or anything like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess it is for race-specific ones that have come out already.
Right. And like I said, most tournaments really specify, no inducements are used except, halflings can get the halfling chef and the goblins can get bribes.
They're
everybody
allowed.
can have star players.
And I'm pretty sure you can exclude them if you
But
want
if
to.
you had a tournament and you said all inducements are game, that means now you can take the weird Nurgle wizard and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. We'll see who
I wish
actually
there
takes
was
them.
one giant place for all these rules, but I guess there is now. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, they have their team guide, which is on their website, which spells out what each team
Currently has.
what their goods are, and their inducements.
Okay.
So you can go through and look at what everything has, and all their star players too.
Okay.
So it makes things a lot easier.
So all inducements from Spike 1, 2, and 3 are included.
and they updated the team tournament list, which, like I said, we'll have a link to that in the notes, so you can go there and check it out.
Okay, that's good.
Which is going to make it a lot easier for us for tournaments as well, because we can just go look here. That's what you can bring.
Send one link and everything's there.
Yeah.
They're redesigning the NAF trophy. Go to thenaf.net to discuss.
Yeah, they just announced that they're going to open it up to a redesign. So if you have any ideas, they're open to hearing it.
That's kind of cool that they're opening that up to everybody. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't, because so many Blood Bowl people are passionate about it.
Yeah.
So there's tons of ideas.
Yeah, they got to make it decent enough that they can print it off, though. Can't do anything too wacky.
Wait a second. When you say redesigning the trophy, does those little trophies you hand out? Oh.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay. I was thinking like the big trophy for the NAF tournament.
Oh, no. It's the little ones for every tournament.
I got you.
See, they're also...
Great. I get one of those, and now I won't have the cool new one ever. I don't plan on winning a tournament again.
You never plan on it. It'll just happen.
That's for sure.
The newly introduced Golden Arrow Star players are going to be optional at TO discretion.
Well, that's one guy so far.
Right. But if any others come out...
Sure.
Which is good, because really no one should use them.
Well,
It's really damn good.
They're really expensive too.
That is true.
It says only 23 races are mandatory. Slans is not included because of the limitations at GW stores for GW races.
Right. And the breads and corn are back to being optional as they used to be.
Okay. So officially, instead of saying in the past, we've said we have 24 races and then these 2 optional ones, which is corn and breads. Now we have 23 official races with 3 optional teams.
Right. And that's the thing.
Which kind of goes back to LRB, 5 and 6, where we used to say...
The CRP, yeah.
The CRP, where we had 21 teams, and then you have these 3 optional races, which were Chaos Pact, Underworld, and Slan.
Right.
Okay.
But GW has accepted the other 2, just not Slan, and they never will. So, it's a good thing, because if you ever want to run a tournament at a GW place and have it be NAF approved, you can't have Slan. So I'm glad they did this.
That's why they made the big deal about it.
Oh, absolutely.
So everywhere else you're going to have frogs except at a GW store.
Right. And if they allow it for some reason, you can do it. But at least then it allows it to be NAF sanctioned.
I gotcha.
Which makes it much better.
Star player access for 3 optional teams have been updated. So we have the Bretts, have Dolfar, Griff, Carla Von Kill, Zug, Morg, Willow Rosebark, and Zara the Slayer.
Yeah, Brett's with both women.
So why who decided this?
The group, the NAF committee.
And until something else comes out, this is going to be the stars.
Well, nothing will come out.
You don't think so?
Well,
you don't think 3 years from now, 5 years from now, when they've gone through every team, that they won't do a Spike magazine?
Oh, they
if
might.
It's selling okay.
Sure. But yes, until then, or legitimately until next year they do a review, it might change.
Okay.
But for now, that's what's allowed. Korn got updated to include Grashnak, Lord Borak, Max Spleen Ripper, Morg, Skyla, Amphigrim, and Withergrasp Double Drill.
Okay. I mean, that gives them a couple more options than they had before, from what I remember.
Right. And Skyla only makes sense, or Scylla, or whatever his name is. Since he's a Herald of Corn.
Oh, okay. I see what they did.
The big corn guy?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. And then Slan got... They kept Helmet Wolf, Hemlock, Lotta Bottle, Morg, Quetzalleap, and Silbilly. Or
Sleebly.
Whatever you pronounce it, yeah.
And they added Gobbler Gimlich.
Since he was a big giant frog anyways.
Right. So they added a frog to the frog team.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Why?
Just because he was a mutant. He was unique. But that's fine. I'm not so opposed to it that I hate it. Wasn't he like a 4-strengther?
I do not remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it gives them something that they've lacked before, because we know Quetzalleap is,
to be
for
fair,
the money, who takes him, and same with Lotta Bottle.
To be fair, yeah, most of the star players kind of sucked.
Yeah.
And the big one.
Yeah, this is big. You sitting down, folks?
TOs can now choose what they want with piling on. So you can choose the CRP version, or you can use the BB16 version. And that also includes it being optional, like in Blood Bowl 16.
So you can say no piling on.
Yep.
Or piling on that takes a reroll to use.
Yep.
Or the LRB 6, because that's the rule we're holding on to.
Technically the CRP.
CRP.
Because that was GW.
Okay, CRP.
Yes. Version. And that's going to be default unless it's specified.
So.
You better believe all of our tournaments will say piling on is not allowed.
Well, I think it could be allowed. Just use the Blood Bowl 16 version. I agree with you're saying. It's just easier just to say it's not allowed.
Right. I'm okay with using the
sure
Blood Bowl 16 version.
Changes. This will change Norse teams if they just drop piling on.
That's the interesting thing, is what will other tournaments do? Because what's the World Cup going to do?
I'm going to say everybody's going to use the CRP version.
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Because they don't, for whatever reason, they want to hold on to that old rule.
Yeah.
That's no longer a rule. But
I don't get it. So, like I said, more than likely for Oklahoma Bowl and anything else from us, I think we just get rid of it.
Okay. So,
to avoid confusion.
what does this say? House rule mechanics to re-roll a re-roll, have a re-roll automatically succeed, or to force an opponent to re-roll are not allowed. Give me an example of this, Steve.
I think the only one I know of is the charity tournaments where people can bring canned food or something to get re-rolls.
Okay, so every can of food is a re-roll or something?
Right. But then you could also use those re-rolls to make other people re-roll.
Oh, or you can bid, like if you want
Something
to
like that.
re-roll or something like that? Okay.
But I think I think they also allowed you to make other people re-roll.
Okay. So they're just taking it out because while
it's a game
their heart
changing.
is in the right place,
Yeah.
somebody can come in there with 500 canned goods.
And it's probably something elsewhere. There's probably some other tournament that does it, or if there's not, then it's just a good idea to get
So
ahead
that's
of
just
it.
your example of...
It's the only one I could think of.
You can think of, okay.
But yeah, if there's anything that makes a reroll automatically succeed, that's definitely game changing. So I can understand it.
No, totally. I don't even know why you have automatic success.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tournaments where groups of races only play similar races are not allowed no more.
Right.
So
The main example of this would be our Chimera Cup.
where we had 3 divisions and you played within that division, you
Right.
can't do that anymore.
Right. And realistically, I was surprised as heck it got approved last time.
But why is this an issue?
Because it's not how it's supposed to be.
They did not make this rule up for us.
No.
So they made it for something else.
Well-
Where isn't it an issue?
Or it could have been for us. I mean, I know it's probably happened before, but if you're trying to care about rankings, then this definitely hurts rankings. Because if a goblin team only plays another goblin team, it's not fair for the rankings.
Nothing's fair for the rankings because
We
you're
know
not all
this.
playing the same format.
But that's what they're
And not
trying to
everybody's
do.
playing the same races, so
They're trying to make it at least a little bit better.
I understand. But
And really, we have no issue with this because, like I said, I didn't think it'd be approved last time, and we were planning on changing it anyways. So I think next year's Chimera Cup is going to be a World Cup, not qualifier, but test tournament.
we should make it a qualifier into the finals. Whoever comes to Oklahoma gets an automatic bye, or wherever we hold it,
Automatic bye.
into the finals of World Cup. It's a qualifier.
I don't think that's allowed. I'm pretty sure the World Cup committee would tell us to go to hell.
We'll just show up and say we're here for the finals. What's the next one here you got?
Speaking of that, invitationals are now allowed at the discretion of the tournament director. And this is mainly, I believe, because some people were wanting to have invitational championships for the regional series. So, for instance, S.C.A.R.S finishes whenever Nuffleween's done.
Okay.
We could set up an invitational championship in December, take the top 8 people,
Make them play a tournament.
and have them play a tournament.
Okay.
And then we'd have a true S.C.A.R.S champion. And I think if you do that, they require you to run a side tournament that's regular rules at the same
So
time.
everybody else can play, have something to do. Okay.
So this is a very neat idea. I like it a lot. I don't know if it'll actually see much implementation on this side of the pond, but
Okay.
we'll see.
It says they updated the tournament guidelines document.
Yeah, it's just a document they have online that talks about the guidelines for running a tournament.
Okay.
And there was some sort of change on how the 24, 26 patches are awarded, but no idea what that is. Didn't really look into it.
Already got mine.
Yeah.
So I might not qualify now under the new rules.
No, it's not retroactive, so you're fine. And then the final thing is any new stuff that comes out from GW between then, the time of the review, and the next review is fully at TO discretion. So if something comes out and you want to use it, just say you want to use it and you can.
So if we're at Oklahoma Bowl and we want to use stuff from the Spike Magazine 4, we have to put that in our rules that all inducements in Spike 4 are allowed at Oklahoma Bowl.
Right. Otherwise, they're automatically not allowed.
Okay.
Which is, it just makes sense. It just clarifies things.
I'm actually not opposed really to any of these
No.
rule changes. I think the piling on thing is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Especially for tournaments like Chaos Cup and stuff, like some of the big events.
If they decide to change it, which like you said, I don't think they will. I'm pretty sure they're just going to keep CRP.
Well, they can, but it's an old rule. So if they're going to do that, I really wish they'd just give me the Vampire Lord back so I can run some vampires.
Yeah, we are probably the outliers on this one.
I know. Everybody, look, and I've used it, and I've milked it, and if it's a rule by GW, I don't care. Let's keep it.
Yeah.
If it's not a rule anymore, let's not keep it.
Yeah.
And I agree with everybody saying that, like, GW didn't handle this right. They should have just either got rid of it or kept it. I agree with you there.
Or make a better change, sure. But that's not
and
what
there's
happened.
a million better changes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't have to get into that. But no, overall, I think this is really cool. I wish... We've talked about this before. I think the best time to release new NAF updates to the rules is right after the NAF Championship.
I agree.
And then you don't update it again for a year.
Yeah.
And it's just real, you just get in the habit of doing it instead of doing it late in the year. But it doesn't matter. As long as they're doing it.
This also makes sense because it starts at the calendar year, January 1st. So, which probably makes more sense when you have regional series to worry about.
Okay.
Because then everything's on the same foot.
That's fair. I'll accept that answer.
Thematically, yes, it makes more sense to have it at the championship, but this makes more functional sense, I guess.
Well, people at the NAF who did this review, good job.
Yeah.
I don't
and the write-up was
disagree
good.
with any of this. And
I love the fact that so much more control is given back to the TO. You're running the tournament. You want to do something? Go ahead and do it. As long as it's not game-breaking, you're good.
Well, we all wish that Kislev or Slan was an official team by GW, but they're never going to be. They're just not. And I'm glad that we have official Blood Bowl tournaments that can be held in places where, for the company that makes the game.
Yeah.
So I think that's good too.
Absolutely. Because, I've got the Citadel now, 3 hours from us.
Right.
And if we conceivably wanted to run a tournament there, we could.
Now we can.
And it could be NAF approved.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Which is huge.
Yeah. All right. I'm all for it. I agree with you.
And the more power to the TOs, the better.
That's just so Steve can make wacky kickoff tables like
that is
Nuffleween.
So true. I was annoyed at my own kickoff table.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But no, good job, NAF people, whoever you are. I'm assuming it's 10 English guys sitting in a smoke-filled room discussing.
Oh, yes, quite.
Yeah.
all different versions of Commander McBragg.
Yeah, exactly.
Commander, is that really what happened? Yes, quite.
There I was, surrounded completely by everybody. I didn't even have a leap, but...
I went to the internet to ask people what to take, and they all said leap. Did you take it? Oh, no, of course not.
Played in a unique tournament where you accumulated star player points, and you could skill up mid-game. So I was surrounded by them all. I threw 3 dice, all 3 pals. I casualtied the guy, which knocked him out off the field, which gave me 6 points that game. I then took leap to leap away. And then I did all my go-for-its.
Oh, internet.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Commander McBragg Blood Bowl version.
That would.
It didn't take us long to go on a tangent here,
I always loved him.
Yeah, he was great. He was the best thing about Bullwinkle and Rocky.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
I agree. Fractured Fairy Tales was like second.
Yeah, I agree. Bullwinkle and Rocky was kind of the worst part.
Yeah, I never really cared.
Yeah. So.
Anyways. Hey, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Yeah, whatever. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with some Nuffleween.
Yep.
All right, we're back with some Nuffleween 7 results. Can you believe we've done 7 of these? I mean, I know I say that every time we run a tournament, but like, it's gone by so fast.
Yeah, and it's just...
But
it's just crazy.
It's weird.
I know. We're going to be at 10 in like 3 years.
I know.
That's like how time and math works.
I know. But like...
But yes, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's just... I don't know. every year I think like Nuffleween could just get smaller and smaller until it just blinks out, and then we get 16 people.
Yeah, we got 16 people this time, which is good.
I mean, I don't.
Not the greatest attended tournament, but it was fun. It was the perfect level to where we can play and have fun and doesn't impede anything.
Exactly. And everybody else was laughing and carrying on. And then there was like some douchebag throwing a fit with every dice roll.
And his name was Scott.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know which one we're talking about right now.
I'm talking about myself.
Oh, I wonder why that is. Surely you didn't take a team you hate to play.
I guess maybe I did.
Oh, no. Did you take maybe like a stunty team of some sort? Maybe halflings and you went for casualties? Or, you took ogres and for casualties? Or
Yeah. No, I took goblins.
Oh.
I took painful goblins.
But you hate goblins.
I freaking hate goblins. So on this quest to do every team twice, I thought, screw it. I don't even know what I want to play. I got to check rosters. I'm just going to go with goblins. I'll get to try out the new swoop skill or that skill for the Doom Diver. And maybe I can get the Hooligan on. And I could take 3 chainsaws. Well, I talked myself out of all those things. I did take the guy with swoop, the Doom Diver.
Yeah.
And I took, because you're allowed to take undead players, star players, in our tournament, Nuffleween. And so I took hack and slash, and then the regular chainsaw guy, and then 3 bribes. So it was just hack and slash, chainsaw goblin, doom diver, all the rest goblins, 2 trolls.
Yeah.
16 players. But
It doesn't sound competitive at all.
I didn't want to deal with, like, I have everybody on my team, and then somebody scores really quick, and now I have all my bribes gone and everything else.
There is that, yeah.
So I tried to just play what people would say is not traditional goblins, and I knew the chainsaw, really the better idea would be to take the star player with ball and chain, and then the other ball and chain, and play that way instead of the chainsaws. But I was forcing myself to use a Nuffleween star player I haven't used, which was hack and slash. Man, I don't know. Overall, I guess that they did their job. There was one game where they both crapped the bed and like fell on their blades and got hurt. But
do we need to update next year star players for the new people?
Well, we're gonna see what the next Spike magazine happens, and we might have
next
some new
one's
star
undead.
player. Yeah.
So
I was really close to just running a bunch of goblins and Ram Tut, but like...
Well, I didn't know what to take. And
so, what was your team?
I didn't even think about putting one together until like the last minute, and I'm like, crap. So I was looking at stuff, and I'm like, oh, you know what? It's like 2 years ago we did that Triple Skulls podcast, or the transmission of Triple Skulls podcast came through our feed somehow. And I made a team together at the time. We put a team together at the time. To use that, but I didn't get to play that year.
Okay.
So I busted it out. It's the Triple Skulls team, and it's a whole bunch of zombies, and then Count Luther, Wilhelm Chaney, and then a modified flesh golem. I gave him Mighty Blow to be Frankenstein.
Okay.
And no rerolls. 1 leader, and then 3 blocks on zombies, a kick on a zombie, a dirty player, and that's it.
That sounds, if you told me ahead of time, I'm going to say like, man, you're going to do really crappy.
Yeah, you'd think, huh?
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk more about that.
Okay.
Should we just talk about our paths? Like, I'll talk all about my games. You can talk all about your games, and then we can do the results.
Yeah.
Since we both went in different directions.
And don't forget, this is Nuffleween, so we do have the trick-or-treat skills.
Right. So you start off with
skills.
As many skills as you want to buy for 150K, and then every round you randomly lose a skill in the first round, and if you tied or won, you randomly lose another skill in the next round, and if you lost, you get to pick which skill to lose. So if you maximize it, you get 7 skills to start the game, and by the end of the game you've lost 4 of those and you only have 3 left.
Right.
I chose to only have 6 skills. I didn't want, like, Dustin was arguing with me that I should take block on the trolls, but I went ahead and took pro on both trolls. I took dodge, which on the chainsaw guy, which everybody's like, why would you do that? Well, I thought it'd be more fun to dodge through tackle zones to get to the guy I want a chainsaw.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I don't think that's bad
took
call.
dodge on the Doom Diver, so he's a real goblin. In case I do stick the landing, I can dodge away or dodge through people.
Can you use dodge when you're...
Well, I did, whether I cheated or not. I had dodge on him.
I don't know it well enough. I should.
Right.
But I didn't know.
It says agility skills.
So, yeah, I guess... oh, okay.
And then I took... Wrestle on one goblin.
Yeah.
Because I was going to drive me nuts not having any type of skill to get somebody down. And then I think I took... I don't know. Oh, catch. I took catch on one of the guys.
The one... Why?
So
I was going to say the one you throw, but no. That's the...
Right. I was thinking I might need to have another goblin, in case I can throw him, where he could catch the ball. It was the worst choice by far.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I lost the dodge on the chainsaw guy.
Ooh, that sucks.
Right.
That'll be fun. Gone.
I drew. There was a Chaos Dwarf team and a Dwarf team there, and I drew the Chaos Dwarf team.
Ugh.
Yeah, it wasn't so great. I tried, but it was in the end it was 2-0. I got out casualtied 1-5. So I lost. I realized how terrible the catch skill was.
Yeah.
So I got rid of the catch skill. I only had one reroll on this team too. So I did put some money into the fan factor, but so did everybody else this tournament. So everywhere I went, I got beat out on the fan factor.
I didn't play anybody that did.
Oh, well, I guess I just...
That's weird.
Only Dustin didn't have it, I believe, and we both rolled an 8 or something like that. So, or I tied him because of my fan factor or whatever.
Yeah.
Round 2, I played Rich Heffron, who drove all the way down from Michigan, right? Yes? I always want to say Minnesota, but I think it's Michigan.
I think it's Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan. Yeah, it's Michigan.
Okay.
So Rich, believe it or not, wasn't ranting like he does on Facebook, folks. He doesn't talk politics in person.
Yeah, it's smart.
he was probably ready
not
to.
Not that we disagree with him in any way, shape, or form.
I didn't say that.
But yes,
I told him he needs to get his own podcast.
Just kind of leave it alone in person.
He had
vent in public on Facebook because it's venting. And outside of that, no.
Oh, 1-1.
Yep.
We had a tie. I was happy to tie him.
What was he playing?
He had Undead.
Oh, okay.
He had terrible.
He had a horrible
luck.
weekend.
Like, I guess he had really bad luck the first game, and then against me he did too.
He was second to last. He came in 15th.
And then I was getting ready to say it, but I was going to finish my story is pretty sure he had really bad luck in the third round. And then the fourth round, he was just laughing hysterically like, I guess this is what today was just supposed to be.
That's one of those moments where I'm like, I should have died on the way to here, and I didn't. So that's why my good luck was there, and this is all my bad luck catching up to me.
Yeah, what he doesn't know is he fell asleep and almost had it right.
Right.
He drove through like snowstorm in 12 hours by himself, and he come down here.
I love the dedication, but man.
Oh, yeah, it was fun
nuts.
having him around. Anyways, 1-1. He got 3 casualties off me, and only 3, which he should have got a lot more.
Right.
Being undead and me goblins. Round 3, after lunch, round 3, I played Dustin Parsons from Texas. He had his ogres, which the dude's a masochist, man.
Yes, he is.
He never takes rerolls, I guess, most of the time.
Nope.
He just goes with it.
He's just there to have fun. He doesn't care.
Well, let me tell you something. That game became ridiculous because at one point we had to play with your stupid kickoff rules.
Well, you should have had to use it all the time. But
no,
yes.
I know that, but we had the one where we were vampires.
Oh, the lust.
Which was really fun, Steve, because every character had bloodlust.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the first, 2 turns each that we had, it felt like 75% of our guys were bloodlusting. And we were just cracking up because we'd go bite a guy and then bite another guy. And, I kept biting the same dude because I guess I'll run over and bite this guy. And then Dustin had to roll Bonehead, Bloodlust. And it just became ridiculous.
You could have sacrificed a guy.
Yeah, they go off the field.
Yeah, one guy.
For what? And then it ends it?
Yes.
Forever?
Yes.
Oh, we didn't know that.
It's right there in the rules.
Okay. Well, we didn't know that.
Yeah, I was playing
We
against...
thought every time you ran off the field, it was like a normal vampire rule.
No, if you read it, you can choose to sacrifice one person, and then that negates it for the rest of the game. The rest of that drive.
I'm sure Dustin would have done that in a second since he had snotlings.
Exactly.
And I would have done it because of goblins. But you know what? We played out that whole half with Phonad and Bloodlust and Stupidity and Bloodlust. And we hated every second of it. And neither one of us knew different. And nobody around us told us any different.
Well, they're playing their own games.
Well, then I guess I should apologize to you because we were cursing your face off. And Dustin was like, this should happen every year. Dustin came up with the idea of like every year instead of losing a skill, you randomly, whoever you give the skill to, they lose the skill and gain the skill Bloodlust. And I was like,
not opposed to that.
That's what I said. I said, I'm really not opposed to this.
Yeah.
We had many laughs and many frustration. I won 1-0. He couldn't casualty me at all in that game. It was 2 casualties. It just wasn't working. And then finally in round 4, I knew that I had a win and a tie as a stunty coach, and I knew there was 2 guys with a tie. So I was thinking maybe if I can upset win,
you had a win and a tie.
I had a win and a tie. And
going into round 4?
Going into round 4. A win and a tie and a loss.
Okay, that's better.
And then 2 other stunty coaches had ties and 2 losses. So I was thinking if I can go into round 4 and pull off like a win, I could maybe win Stunty Cup with goblins. Yeah. And by this time I'm hating goblins.
Of course.
If you would have said, I'm doing really bad, Scott, let's drop out and just do stuff for the tournament, I would have just dropped out. I was like so tired of the goblins.
I should have done that.
I played against a Dark Elf team, Nick Clare. I think it's his first time playing Dark Elves, at least in a tournament. I think he's played him in our league a little bit.
Has he?
I think.
I'm not positive. Yeah, he's local.
He's local. He's been going through some stuff, so he hasn't been out a whole lot. But, yeah, he's a local guy. Anyways, first 2 turns, couldn't ask for better first 2 turns. Chainsaw guys knocked out some guys. He only had exactly 11 Dark Elves. You know, he had a lot of rerolls. Right. I said, oh, man, I have a chance. Beginning of turn 3, I'm going to roll for stupidity. 1. Okay, I'm going to try to pro it. Didn't work. All right, this guy is going to blitz. Rolled a 1. I'm going to pro this. Nothing. All right, well, now that I don't have my trolls, I guess I'm going to have to just make a cloud. And all my guys are based. So I'm going to move this guy. Dodge him away. 1. Well, I got dodge. 1. 4 1s. And then the rest of the half was history. Jeez. And I was down 1-0. And then I don't know how I did it in the second half. I don't even know how the ball. Oh, I do know how. Nick had me. It really should have been a 2-0 game. He was 1 turn away from scoring. And I managed to get a bunch of tackle zones on his guys. And he was going to dodge away with a Witch Elf, which is only thing he fails on is a 1. And he rolled 1-1. Jeez. Ball hit the ground. He still had like a ton of guys versus my 6 guys or whatever. And I picked up ball in traffic, went and handed it off, took the handoff, dodged away, threw a pass to a goblin, caught it with a goblin, ran up the field, and 2 go for it. And I was like way out of distance because he had so many guys moved up. And if the game would have finished, if we would have played all our turns, he would have beat me in 1 more turn. But I managed to squeak out a tie because time ended. So I went 1 win, 2 ties, and a loss.
And you got a Stunty Cup.
And I was furious. I was furious by everything. I hate goblins so much, people. For you people who say they're so much fun, you must just like to roll a ton of extra dice for no reason. Yeah. Because everything with goblins. Oh, I'm going to see if this guy will eat him. Oh, he decides to eat him. I know this is a really crucial throw for you, but he decided to eat him.
Yeah, see, your problem is you want to win. You can't play goblins and want to win.
Well, I ranked the stunty teams. Halflings first, Treeman second, and never on goblins.
See, I do opposite completely. Goblins are the most fun. I will play ogres because it's ogres. I hate halflings. Unless I'm taking 3 trees and then I'm just beating people up.
I'd rather take halflings, and I never have taken 3 trees. I don't know why you would take 3 trees. I get why
Because he
you
beats
do.
the crap out of people.
Yeah, evidently so, but not me.
Yeah.
But go ahead. All right. Your 4 rounds.
I went up against Dustin as well, the first round. And his ogres, and man, there was just no casualties going on. And it's just kind of a slow going back and forth. He had Nabla, and Nabla wasn't doing him any good. I rolled Sloth, which meant all my people, if I went the full distance, would fall down on the ground if I failed to roll.
Yeah, that was a really cool thing.
Oh, yeah, sure is. With my 4 movement zombies. Yeah. So I slowly went down the field.
The halfling guys had that, and they had their treatment moving 1. Brad Wells was like, my stupid treatment only moved 1.
You could choose to do it, but yeah. So that was a slow plodding score, and then he pulls off some halfling stuff and scores, and I end up scoring second half. I won 2-1, and I didn't get any casualties. I couldn't hurt him to save my life. He only got 2. That was pretty much at the end.
He had a bad dice day, too.
Stupid Wilhelm Chaney got knocked out like the second play. Didn't bother coming back until 4th quarter or so.
Rich was playing with Wilhelm, and he was complaining about it.
He was horrible. Just
I hate
horrible.
Wilhelm Chaney.
But you know who's not horrible?
Luther?
Luther Van Drakenborg. It's not Van Drakenborg, is it?
Yeah.
Count Luther Van Drakenborg. What was Alan's guy?
Oh, Alan's guy was... I don't remember. It wasn't that.
Okay. I always get those confused, but yes.
Yes.
Never played Count Luther before. He's amazing.
So, his big price tag's worth it?
Yes.
Okay.
5 strength, 4 agility, block, and sidestep. Sidestep. Everybody forgets it. I just go down the side of the field, and they blitz me, think they're going to push me out of bounds, slip right in front of them. God damn it. Yep. And then just dodge away with my full agility.
I did get a few times to do that with hack and slash, because everybody's like,
yeah.
I go sidestep, and they're like, he doesn't have side. He's a skeleton with a chainsaw.
Right.
He's got sidestep if you want to go check.
Doesn't make sense, but
what?
yes.
It's like, yep.
But yeah, I rode him hard. That whole game, it was his game. Second game went up against Michael Lewis with his dwarves. Yeah, so my first game, I lost block. Second game, I ended up losing Mighty Blow on my Flesh Golem.
Okay.
So,
still
not
get
bad.
to keep your leader.
Still
your
have
one
leader. That's
your
all
one
that matters.
real.
And I go up against Michael's dwarves, and he's got block on the runners, Mighty Blow on Troll Slayers, and then guard on blockers. And he ended up losing 2 guards before I played him. First and second round.
Okay.
And he also had hack and slash.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm. Wow. And he did horribly for him. I beat Michael, but I don't know if I beat Michael so much as the dice beat Michael.
That's part of Blood Bowl, right?
Absolutely. I won 2-0. No casualties on either side.
What?
No casualties.
That's crazy.
Either side. His dwarves could not break. He would break my armor, couldn't cause a casualty. Wouldn't do anything. And Wilhelm was a little bit better, but he's still Wilhelm. Count Luther, man, just a beast. You put it in his arms, and he just goes. You can't stop him until you do, but he's hard.
Right.
Third round, well, I guess then was lunch, and had a...
Of course you're going to talk about food.
We have to talk about food. People want to know. I had Freddy's frozen custard. Haven't had that in a while. So good. Their hamburgers and their fries.
You're
nice,
so weird, dude.
Nice and salty.
You like salty stuff.
I don't get salt many places, so yeah.
Right.
Third round.
Every Friday.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Okay, round...
What's every Friday?
Round 3.
Are you making some type of gay joke?
No.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Every Friday, round 3. What?
What's every Friday?
TGIF, dude. With Urkel and stuff. Would you just talk about your game?
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Played Scott Hess. he was playing Norse. He had his Yeti, who used to have Mighty Blow, lost it. He had 2 werewolves. One had block, the other one lost block.
I hate that we call them werewolves.
I know.
They're wolf runners.
I call them wolf runners, but whatever. He had 2 runners, not catchers, even though they're listed. At this point, one had dodge. The other one had tackle, but he lost it. And piling on a blitzer and leader on a lineman. And then that round, I lost dirty player. So I still had leader. I never even used dirty player.
No. Oh, let me tell you.
No, I lost block that round.
Okay.
I lost dirty player 4th round. I kept leader the whole tournament. It's insane.
Speaking of dirty
fine.
player,
yeah,
being goblins, and some games I had extra bribes because my chainsaw guys hurt themselves or whatever. I got called out 5 out of 8 times fouling.
Dustin fouled me 4 or 5 times, never got caught.
It's just amazing.
I failed 5 out of 5 regens in my first 3 games.
That's pretty crazy. Rich had a whole bunch of those too.
Yeah, just like they decided not to come into play. So played Scott Hess, and again, I don't feel like I won. It was his dice. Just he could not do anything. He was, honestly, I won 2-1. If Count Luther, because as good as he is, ones still pop up. He failed to pick up the ball. He failed to dodge. That I could have got a throw off. Mm-hmm. He failed things, and I still won pretty handily. So I could have won better if he just performed a little bit better. But yeah, his dice were just destroying him. So
you are the triple skull team. So you were wishing bad luck.
I never got a triple skull.
Well, hell, I hope not. I hope you didn't throw any 3 dice.
Not really. No.
Okay.
But the nice thing with zombies is I don't care about them. So I don't mind taking 1-ups or 2 uphills.
Yeah.
Because whatever, you take out a zombie, okay. If I take down one of your guys, it's fair. Then, final round, played Dean Piper, who's an excellent coach, and he had Dark Elves. And this is where everything caught up on me. My dice went just stone cold.
Right.
Just couldn't do anything. I ended up losing 3-0, but
whoa.
Pretty much what happened is when he went up 1-0, because I received, and I was going down the sidelines, and I took a chance that Luther could maneuver, but I failed something that allowed him to completely surround him. So he gets pushed out of bounds. And that's pretty much the game because...
So he commits...
He got
5 people to pushing him out of bounds?
2... Yeah.
Wow.
And he got it.
Well, it's probably worth it to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because all you have left is zombies and Wilhelm, and Wilhelm's going to shit the bed.
The whole tournament, Flesh Golem did pretty much nothing. He never got...
That's pretty normal. They just kind of stand there and hopefully not get knocked down.
Yeah. So my whole team was 2 people. And that whole team was really 1 person and Wilhelm sometimes. Mm-hmm. So when Luther got pushed out, he actually got casualtied, but I got the regen.
Oh, that's nice.
So I was good. Yeah, that game, I got 4 out of 4 regens. 2 times on Wilhelm. So it's just like, dang. But yeah, then I only had Wilhelm, basically. And once you get rid of Luther, that team's nothing. And he scored, and then I pushed it trying to score so I can go for the win and not just a tie. Mm-hmm. And it just didn't work. So
I got you.
But it's fine. I did 3 wins and 1 loss. Ended up coming in 4th,
pretty good.
Oh, it's real
for
good.
What you had.
That's what I was saying. Is basically a joke roster. Mm-hmm. I did really damn good with it.
I know. I kept looking up the tables. I'm like, how the hell is Steve still up there? What? How is this possible?
And I did play well enough to position to force people to do things, but it really just felt like dice rolls. Those final 3 games.
But I mean, that's kind of how
I know
it is.
that's Blood Bowl, but it didn't.
I know you didn't feel satisfied.
Many times I would say, I played well, and they had a couple of bad dice rolls. The two I won were not a couple of bad dice rolls. They
Right.
were a lot of bad dice rolls.
Sure.
But of course, they also had to overextend to try to do something. And a 5-strength sidestep block ball carrier is amazing.
Yeah, no joke. Especially when he can pick up on anything but a 1.
I mean, he's 390 and well worth it.
Oh, I know he's expensive.
Well worth
I
it.
looked at him like trying to force him in on the team. I just couldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, so he might come back for Nuffleween next year.
I got you. The field was interesting.
I did get most touchdowns, the best offense.
Well, we'll go over all
Okay.
the awards here in a second.
Just wanted to say.
Yeah, you
And
got
that's with not scoring any in my final game.
that's pretty good, bud.
There's just a lot of low-scoring games, too.
Well, there's that too. We had we didn't have the most diverse field of teams because we had 3 Dark Elf teams out of 16.
Yeah, I
We had 2 halflings.
third round, I sat next to Mike Patterson, and he got to play his 3rd out of 3 Dark Elf teams.
I was getting ready to ask you, did anybody get stuck playing all 3 of them?
At least he did.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was him. Somebody did. Because I'm pretty sure he sat down. He's
Yeah,
like,
so out of 16
really?
teams,
Again?
we had 3 Dark Elf teams, 2 Halfling teams. I think were the only repeats. And 2 Necro
Two
teams.
Necros.
2
Yeah.
Necros. So it wasn't too bad. There was 4 stunty races, or 4 stunty teams in the tournament.
Yeah, that was a lot more than I expected.
So that was way more than I expected too. So 25% of the field was stunty, and
we don't normally get that many stunties.
I'm proud to say that once again the Casualty Award went through the path of Scott Prime, and
Why wouldn't it?
yeah, why wouldn't it? So first place, as Steve said, went to Dean Piper. Second place went to Jason Campbell.
Yep.
Third place went to
Michael Lewis.
Michael Lewis. Then best offense went to Steve Campbell.
Best defense was Will Oliver. Most brutal was Nick Clare. Fan favorite, John Spurgeon with his amazing orc team.
He had orcs, like modified pig miniature men.
He has like Razorback men, I think is what they're called.
Right. And he painted them up all different. Great paint job.
Amazing paint job. And then best sportsman, Nathan Kiner, who first tournament in like 5 years.
Yeah, this dude. So we have the store open at one door for the Blood Bowl guys because the store's not officially open. And this guy wanders in, and I'm like, he's not overweight and balding, and he's younger.
He looked familiar.
He does look familiar, but at the same time, I was like, this has got to be a guy looking for magic cards because he's not like most of us. And then you here for Blood Bowl? And like, open question. He's like, yeah. And I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. You know,
That's the first time we've had like a true walk-in that hasn't told us that they were
right.
coming.
That's what was so surprising.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I got buddies in town. And I thought, why not come play Blood Bowl and then hang out with my buddies? So
We were like, bring your buddies.
yeah, exactly. So anyways, it was nice to see him, and he got voted by his peers.
Yeah.
Best sports.
You got Stunty, and then Dustin got back of the pack.
The back of the pack.
Yep.
He likes that horse butt.
He's probably got a lot of them. He probably has the most at this point.
He's got a lot of like casualty awards and stuff too, though.
So huge, ginormous, amazing shout out to Dustin and his daughter
Right.
because they made an amazing
Nuffleween sculpture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pumpkin head come to life with a helmet and the Nuffleween logo on it.
It is truly beautiful.
It's amazing.
And I had fun with some of the people at the tournament because they were like, "Where'd that come from?" And I was like, "I made it with my daughter," and people believe me.
Yeah, we've got.
Shouldn't trust me.
No, they shouldn't. There's photos on the Nuffleween Facebook page, so you can go there and check it out. I think we tweeted it out as well.
Yep, I uploaded those today, and I put the best remarks I could on each one of them. So if there's something you want to add, let us know. Or if we missed something, let us know.
Yeah.
What else, Steve, about Nuffleween?
Gave away a lot of cereal.
Yeah.
Casualty Beast.
I forgot to take pictures of the people. So we do this thing with the Casualty Beast. So every time you get a casualty, you get to hold this little monster. And if you end your game with the monster, you get a prize, which the prize is Halloween themed cereal just because we're stupid. But it's a good excuse for me to, buy some monster cereals and whatever. I didn't get pictures with the 3rd and 4th round guy.
Yeah, I completely forgot we were doing photos. That was on me.
That's okay. Jason Campbell won 2 boxes of cereal, though, for sure. He won round 1 and 2.
Well, he loves it.
Yeah, of course he loves cereal. Are you kidding me? That guy's like a serial killer.
Dun-dun-dun. Shh.
We gave away a lot of little miniatures and stuff.
Yeah.
You had some good stuff in that thing this year.
I did.
Like, really good stuff. Like, I'm mad that I didn't get a drawing in it, or Jennifer wasn't there to try to get us something good.
Right.
You gave away Bob and
A Bob and Jim.
Bob and Jim miniatures, the good miniatures.
Yeah, the ones behind the desk.
Yeah. I can't believe those. You just gave those away.
Well, it was in the thing, the bucket of stuff to give away.
I'm just saying there was actually some really nice stuff. There was like this bombardier animal dude.
Yeah, from the Atlantic Coast Charity Cup.
Yeah, that guy. I can't remember what he was.
He was a bulldog.
Was he a
Bombardier.
bulldog? Okay. Anyways, he looked really awesome.
Yeah.
So there was stuff I've never seen before in there. So I was like, you guys are lucky.
Yeah, and we're going to have a lot more for Oklahoma Bowl, I'm sure.
And hats off to you. The Stunty Cup prize might be the coolest trophy I've ever got. The more and more I look at it, I mean, it's a zombie. It's like a cool looking zombie for Stunty Cup. It just fits so well.
It did. It was
And
like
Jennifer
a big headed
said
zombie guy.
Looked like he has Super Saiyan hair, though. Like he was charged up.
I could see that, yeah.
But anyways, it was a really cool little trophy. Anyways, thanks for everybody for coming.
It was fun as always. And then afterwards, we did some Super Show.
That's right. Dustin, John, Rod, Will Schaefer stayed around for at least a demo. Nathan stayed around for a demo. And if you stayed around, Michael Lewis stayed around. So we had 6 or so people that stayed around for the demos. And then some people played. We did a Super Show tournament. It came down to 2 of the females that were there, Catherine Smith and Carissa Schletzenberg. I can't say her name to save my life.
Gotcha.
But Carissa won the official Nuffleween Open. We had a cool little title belt and everything.
The NWO belt.
The NWO belt. And so she was the Nuffleween Open champion, which gave her a #1 contender shot at our Super Show League that we run at the store, the WCCW. And she promptly lost to the gold standard.
Yeah, it was. We were busy chatting about something else, and bam, lost already. It's like, dang.
Well, that's her boyfriend, who's the current champ, and that's
Yeah.
the second time she's lost to him, so she's not too happy.
I can imagine.
But anyways, I appreciate the WCCW League guys coming out at 8 o'clock at night to play a little tournament on Saturday when there's probably better things to do.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the other guys after a long day of Blood Bowl, hanging out and playing it for a while. And
There's a lot of people that drove a lot of ways.
there was.
Rich drove like 12 some hours.
Dean
Brad
drove
6 or 8, whatever
Yeah.
it is, to Houston.
Yeah, it's about 8 hours, and Dean's 6, every bit of 6 away. So, yeah, we had a lot of people drive, and we appreciate it, guys.
We really do.
This is, like you said, 16 is almost perfect for, like, where you can nonchalantly run it and have fun and play and get everything done without any errors and everybody laugh and have a good time. Like, I really enjoyed seeing everybody and talking to everybody. I did not enjoy playing Goblins, so I don't even want to act like I did because I didn't.
Poor you getting your stunty trophy.
Oh, gosh.
Poor you.
I was so mad. Oh, it was just so painful. I hate Goblins. I don't know how you guys like them.
Because they're goofy and they're fun. I lost 4 games with them. And
Kudos
I had fun.
to anybody who goes to, like, Chaos Cup in 6 rounds and just plays them 6 rounds.
That's probably too much.
And then actually maybe gets to the finals with them. I just don't know how you do that. The Stunty Cup finals.
Oh, okay.
Is what I mean.
Yeah, it's like, but I'm pretty sure no one has done that.
So painful. Anyway. That's all I have to say, buddy.
Okay. Yeah. Next year is going to be interesting. I will probably have the rules done in a month or so because trying to get everything out of the way since World Cup is going to be right before
You're going
then.
to be in Austria.
No, I'll be back by then.
I know, but you're going to get stuck in Austria.
I hope not.
Oh, there's going to be something weird happen.
Let's not jinx this.
Why
Can
not?
we please?
It'll be Steve and Drew's Crazy Adventures.
I still need to keep the house.
It's going to be something like, okay. Yeah,
I don't want to lose the job.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
I'm
thought
saving
you
up a
wouldn't
ton
care.
of vacation time. I wouldn't care if I didn't have a house payment.
Okay. Fair enough. You're growing up.
Or if I
Right
had to-
before my eyes, Steve.
No. I still take days off and not get paid for it. I'm fine with that, but I still need the job.
Just like every Friday.
Not every Friday.
All right.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back to talk some S.C.A.R.S.
Final segment, we're going to be discussing the final S.C.A.R.S ranking for the season.
Which stands for?
The Southern Central Amorical Regional Series.
Yay.
This is our 4th year. We started in 2015. And this year we had 12 tournaments and over 100 individual people.
That's pretty cool.
That
Is
is-
this the most tournaments we've had?
No, I think we had 16. This year suffered from lack of Kansas.
Right. Because Kansas did at least 2
Did
the
we have
last 2
16?
years.
I don't remember exactly how many we had before, but
Okay.
12's up there
That's still pretty good.
in 11 months. Yeah,
I mean, like, the guys in Austin have really,
they've upped the game.
they've definitely upped the game.
Yeah, there was the one in Fort Worth. And we added Chimera Cup to it, and
Wasn't there one in Houston, or was it not a part of S.C.A.R.S?
I don't think so.
Or am I thinking of the year before?
I don't know.
Okay. No worries.
But yeah, 12 tournaments. Dean Piper ended up winning 5 of those and being the top of his squad or top of his race in the Chimera Cup one. So almost half of them. So yeah, he ended up winning overall. This year we took the top 5 points for all the tournaments he went to.
Okay.
So he actually ended up going to all 12 tournaments. But when you take his top 5 point totals, he ended up with 59 points. Then second place was 55 points, and that was between Jason Campbell and Tim Haar. They both had 55 points.
That's cool. So it went to tiebreakers.
Yep.
All right.
And
Which led to head-to-head?
it went to...
Well, I know this. You told me off that it went to like the 4th tiebreaker. So,
Right.
Which was head-to-head, right?
Yeah, because the first tiebreakers organized their points. Neither one ran a tournament that was under S.C.A.R.S. Then most first place finishes, they each won one tournament. And then the coach who used the most different races during the series, and they both used 3 different races. So the 4th one, right before I just get to decide, was their head-to-head record. And Jason had beat Tim at Rot Cup this year.
Wow. Every game counts. We're like the Big 12.
Absolutely it does. You lose one game and it can determine everything. So that makes Tim 3rd. And then rounding out the top 5 is Mike Patterson and Matt McDonough.
So who got the Stunty Award? Was that Mike Patterson?
Mike Patterson with a giant lead of 24 points. The next person was 6.
Oh.
And that's mainly because he won Spiky Cup.
I didn't get any points for winning Nuffleween.
Well, you got some, but not enough to put you up there.
Okay. I just want to be on the website.
You're not on the website.
I know, but if you update it now, maybe I leaped over.
I have updated it.
Oh, never mind.
The website is scarsevents.com.
Never mind. I'm never going to be on the website.
Not for Stunty, probably, no. But yeah, winning Spiky Cup can pretty much assure you
Yeah.
the Spiky...
When there's 50 coaches there and you're ogre team and you win Spiky.
yeah, there's a lot of freaking points from that.
Now you had to play. Is there qualifications anymore? Like you need to play like 7 times or
No.
No, not anymore.
No,
Okay.
it's just
I know
whatever.
the rules have been modified over the year to make it better for everybody. So
Yeah, I think you still have to play 2 tournaments, but you don't have to play 2 different races.
I got you. Well, that's neat.
Yeah.
So did you give everybody their stuff?
I don't have any of the stuff yet.
Oh, it's not in yet.
No.
So are they
So
still doing? Is the NAF still doing the little cool pins?
As far as I know.
Those
Yeah.
are pretty neat.
So I just have to tell them, and I guess they send it out to them.
Huh.
So it was last year.
Oh, they don't. It doesn't hit the TO's hand. Or
I don't
the
think so.
organizers. They send them straight.
I think it might just be that we end earlier. That could be
Oh.
part of the issue.
Yeah.
Because we're ending in mid-November, basically. And that's just so that nobody has a competing... You know, you don't want to schedule something for around the holidays and people not show up and give points to someone who doesn't deserve it.
Okay.
If that makes sense. To me, it does, anyways.
So tell me why do you... I know there's a reason, but I don't remember. Why is Nuffleween the ending one?
I just said that.
Because you didn't want it around holidays?
Yeah. So we have Thanksgiving after Nuffleween.
Yeah.
So theoretically, something
I guess
could be after.
We know that Critter Bowl this year is coming up.
Yes.
Which is a kind of like a man baby shower Blood Bowl tournament for Joseph Roberts in Kansas City. Normally that would fall under S.C.A.R.S, correct?
If they wanted to, yes.
Okay.
But the rules have always been that it ends at Nuffleween because we have Thanksgiving and then we have Christmas.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. We design it that way.
Yeah.
We know a for sure end date. That way people can just relax and go make their holiday schedules without worried about stuff.
Because you could conceivably have a tournament, like we could run something, December, close to the holiday, and people wouldn't come to it because you're off too much around that time anyways.
But we'd all win it.
Right. And that gives us undue points.
That's what we should do.
No. So again, that's what I have it set up as.
No, that's cool. I was just curious.
Just letting people know, more than likely next year I will be taking a back seat on running S.C.A.R.S. With this podcast, the World Cup podcast, setting up for Oklahoma Bowl, then Chimera Cup, and then World Cup. I'm going to be busy, and I would just figure that someone else might want to take a shot.
Right, and your Friday nights are really busy.
Still no clue what you're talking about.
Okay. So, well, congratulations to all our S.C.A.R.S winners. That's cool. We had over 100 different people.
We've had over 100 the last few years, I think.
That's kind of really neat.
Yeah.
Now, if we could get all 100 of those people to show up one time for Oklahoma Bowl weekend, that would give us over 100 people.
I tell you what. How many were there at Chaos Cup?
There was, 108, 110? Something like that. It was over 100. 106.
So if we beat 110, I will get a both down tattoo.
You will not. 110. Dude.
We're not going to get 110.
We're never going to get 110.
But if we did.
A big one?
I guess this is
a big one?
No, fuck no.
You're a wiener.
What?
A big one across your back.
No.
How about on your face?
No.
A small one on your face?
No.
On your cheek?
No.
Why not?
Why not? Why wouldn't you?
It could look like somebody kissed your cheek, but it really says both down.
No. That's a horrible idea.
Why not? You're not very adventurous.
You're just now figuring this out.
Somewhere on your neck and your beard can cover it up.
No.
You don't want a neck tattoo?
No.
Why?
I don't know how I'd have to explain this to you. No tattoo to where other people can see tattoo. I don't need to go into a job interview or something like, so what's with that BD on you? It's just a podcast I do. A what? Oh, yeah, go listen to it. You'll really enjoy me cussing and ranting about stuff.
Talking about my Friday nights. Right.
No clue.
Yeah, sure you don't.
Yeah.
So, I guess in theory, then, we're just a couple months away from 2019. Well, the year you take S.C.A.R.S, you're going to go to every event.
I don't think I'm going to go to hardly any next year.
Why? Saving money for World Cup?
I have to save money and save time, most importantly.
I know.
So what I'm doing, I am trying to get my body used to working 10-hour days at my job, which every other job, I've loved 10-hour days, but this one, that 2 extra hours just kills me. But I'm trying to do that so then I can do 4-day weekends whenever I want. Have a Friday off and then have a Monday off and I can travel.
So
I'm trying.
My plea to everybody, this is a selfish plea for S.C.A.R.S. Weekends, I don't have children, and cool rule sets.
Yeah.
Not crazy rule sets.
Oh.
Cool rule sets.
And unfortunately, one of our travel partners is leaving us.
I heard this.
So that might limit our ability to go to as many S.C.A.R.S events.
I know. Michael Lewis is like 99% sure he's moving to Utah.
Moving to Salt Lake City from Tulsa.
So we are transporting a member of S.C.A.R.S to the Rocky Mountain Rampage region, or whatever it's called up there.
And he's going to learn from Brian, too, how to be a better player.
And then he'll come back and dominate us even more than normal.
Exactly.
It's great.
Hey, I got to beat him this time.
I know.
It'll be the last time I get to beat him.
I don't know if I've ever beat Michael. No, I have once.
I beat Michael and Scott.
Sure
I was
once.
happy.
Yeah, you won against some good coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So good job for you.
Thank you.
So anything going to change in S.C.A.R.S?
I don't know. That was one thing I wanted to talk about in this is we are open to suggestions for changing next year. I liked the limiting to the top 5 finishes just because it created a closer race. But I don't know if that's the best way of going about because it's a lot easier to get ties.
Sure.
So might need to implement more tiebreakers or something.
Right, because I would have hated for you to have to really have made a decision.
Yeah. I mean, I can.
Would you just pick somebody?
Yeah, I probably would have gone by whoever went to the most tournaments.
Oh, okay.
Like, we probably should just put that in there anyways to encourage people to go to more tournaments.
I got you. Well, another wonderful job, Steve. This is your last year at this. I can't believe you're giving up power.
I don't know if I'm giving up power or if I'm just letting someone else take control for a while and then take it back later.
Sure.
So, either way.
All right, but it's definitely going to continue on.
Yeah.
I think it's been really good for the region over the last couple of years.
I think it has, and I'm pretty sure that Kansas had some issues this year that kept them from running events.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure that'll get back up next year.
That's the plan. Song to Will, he said definitely going to do Buccaneer Bowl for sure and see what else he can do. So
need to play my Pirates.
Yeah, I want to play on that ship.
I know.
That was a really fun tournament.
It is.
All right. Well, I know this is short and sweet, and probably you don't really care about this unless you play in the S.C.A.R.S series. But
probably not, no. So if you skip this,
would...
you don't hear it, and that's fine.
Yeah, we understand.
It's a very tournament-heavy episode.
Well, sometimes that just happens.
Yeah.
But
it was either this or we don't record for a while.
You have some ideas to do some other things next year that would put us back into the heavy fluff.
Oh, yeah. We'll be doing a lot more fluff soon.
So
we were going... In all honesty, we had something come in that we were going to talk about, but
I want to save it.
We wanted to save it and get a little bit more info.
Well, first I want to savor it, and then I want to save it.
Nice.
For like next month.
Right. So it's a little tease.
I really want to soak it in before. And it's pretty cool if you like fluffy stuff like we do.
If you like fluff and you like Blood Bowl, we have a one-of-a-kind... probably never known about outside of a few people thing to talk about next month.
I know everybody's going to build this up, and then when we tell them, they're going to be like,
That's fine.
So,
but
all right.
Still pretty awesome.
Let's take a break. Let's get back to some shout-outs and wrap this baby up.
So I got a joke for you.
You got a joke for me.
What did the mummy say to the waiter?
What did the mummy say to the waiter?
Just wrap it up. I'll take it home.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Are you recording this?
Yeah.
Great.
That's how we're starting.
It's terrible.
Well, it's shout-outs. Who cares?
Okay. So, I need to do the thing, don't I?
If you want to do the thing. You want to do the thing?
Do you people want me to do the thing? Shout-outs!
I distinctly heard like 3 people say yes.
Yeah.
That was enough.
It's cool. I think it's the people that are left over from the Salty Friday nights.
So, first off, wanted to give a shout-out to Abe Piorno, I guess. He's a self-subscribed fluff addict, and he wrote us a nice long email talking about how he lets the dice weave his fluff, and really about how any decision can be fluffy if you just put the effort into it. So you can still power game, but just put fluff behind it, and it makes you feel better.
Well, I mean, I told the story about Siggy, how like the fate of the game's already been decided. You're just rolling through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a great way of looking
still
at
didn't
it.
accept. Yeah, I don't. It's still hard to swallow the tie or the loss or the tripwire. But hey, whatever.
Right, and you just can't control it.
We have a shout out here for some local commissioners in Houston. Is this right? Brad and Phil.
Yep.
That's it. These notes are terrible. What am I shouting them out for?
We had an anonymous person write in.
Oh, an anonymous
telling
person.
us that they wanted to give a shout out to their
so
local
this is
commissioners.
Probably somebody locally down there.
Yeah.
Who didn't want to take credit because like maybe Brad really hates his guts in real life.
That is possible.
And this guy's trying to brown nose him.
Which, Brad Wales, who just came up from Houston for a tournament.
Yeah, drove all the way up here.
Don't know why he needs a shout out since he's mentioned on the podcast.
Well,
but whatever.
Brad's always good for a shout out, man.
Yeah.
I wish Brad would have stayed around after Nuffleween hung out.
Yeah, I know.
But
he just needs to hang out more.
He said he had to go home because his wife was there. Family.
And then we're going to go into our contest entries we put out on Facebook and Twitter, which is pretty much all we use, that we're going to give away some Nuffleween dice packs.
Yeah.
Of the 2 sets of D6 and our custom kickoff table, which is pumpkins or tombstones.
Speaking of our custom dice, we did the 7 deadly sins things. So there was a 7 there.
Yeah.
And everybody knew it was a 6.
Oh, yeah.
But when you rolled the dice and you saw a 7 and a 1, you didn't go, oh, I rolled a 7. You go, 7.
I did that myself.
Okay. I'm glad it wasn't just me and everybody I played against.
I really toyed with letting that actually be a 7 for armor rolls.
Oh, gosh.
But that would have been caused so many more casualties.
Yeah, it would have been awful. So we got an iTunes review from Matt Rodriguez. This is the first podcast I came across as a new player. It's been super helpful and very entertaining, which is great for a new hobby I'm picking up. They cover everything in great detail. Even if it's not Blood Bowl related, it still keeps me hooked. You can't go wrong with these guys.
No, we stay very much on track with Blood Bowl. We don't veer off at all. I don't know what he's talking about.
No idea. I mean, we're about the most serious Blood Bowl podcast you can get. No tangents.
Right. Super serial.
Name 10 in this episode.
Probably could, but I'm not going to. Actually, this was kind of light for our tangents. Really.
The episode's not over, dude. We still have time.
That's very true. Next up, we got another iTunes one from Spencer Stevens. Stephen Scott put out a great show that not only covers the game of Blood Bowl, but also informs about the history and backstory. Highly recommended to anyone who is a fan of the game, whether it be the tabletop or the video game version.
Ooh.
This is Spencer Stevens, who is still painting a figure for me.
It must be really good.
I hope. He's only had it for 2 years.
What's he painting for you?
He's painting me a Crom.
Oh, well.
It's been a while.
You're a D-bag.
What?
How many of those Croms did you keep for yourself? 7? 8?
I still have some. I kept the 1, I kept the 100, and I think 1 to get painted.
And you only gave me 1 of them.
I gave you more than 1.
I really don't think you did.
I'm pretty sure I did. Well, I gave you the option to take more than 1.
Oh, I didn't think we'd do that. Guess I should have.
Yeah, whatever.
I only have 1 at home.
Oh, okay.
But whatever. Charles Hauer had a Facebook share. For those who like Blood Bowl, these two are worth a listen. I got to meet them in person. I got to meet them at their Oklahoma Bowl tournament last year. And they're just as much fun in person. Of course we are. We're better in person. You get free touches.
Yeah, as I said, I don't know if that's a positive. But I guess so. Joe Worrell, we already mentioned his previously about a review on Podcast Republic, but he wanted to know if it counted. Sure.
You're letting it count?
Because of him, I saw the other ones on Podcast Republic. So, yes.
Wow, Joe. You must...
He lucks out.
Yeah, I guess so. Dave Morse from the Podcast Republic Review put the #1 Blood Bowl podcast in the history of Blood Bowl podcasts.
Yeah,
these guys are passionate about the subject, and their dedication proves it. They're also really great guys. Listen, learn, and enjoy. Now, David Morse is a gentleman we see every year at Chaos Cup.
Sure is.
I played him in the Stunty final years back. We tied 1-1, but he went on through other means, and he won the Stunty Cup that year.
Right.
And he's the cousin of the Siggy Llama.
Of the previously Blood Bowl podcast, Siggy Llama Show.
So he likes our podcast better than his Bloods podcast.
Yeah.
Well,
now, to be fair, we still put ours out. So
maybe he meant current.
It might be quantity over quality.
It might be.
And he might just be sick of them. I don't know.
I really enjoyed some of those painting podcasts.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah.
He still does a podcast.
I know.
You watched it wrong.
But I don't watch so much TV that I want to do a podcast.
Well, it's movies, but yeah.
Well,
yeah.
You get
it makes. Oh, I get it. Yeah. We got another.
Speaking of, have you seen Venom?
Not yet.
It's almost out of theaters, so I don't know if I'll ever see it.
Yeah.
Everybody at work keeps saying it's really good.
I keep meaning to go, but I'm waiting on Ven to go. And
well, then you're never going to go.
Well, there's that. It's his birthday, so we were going to go, and it just hasn't happened yet.
Right.
Yeah. Eventually I'll see it. Albert Machado also did a Facebook share to his league, the Nabo League. If you like to listen to about Blood Bowl from fluff to artwork, tournaments, swag, Kickstarters, new minis, interviews, and all in between, then you probably already know who Both Down are and what their podcast is about. If you don't, then download a couple of their episodes and give them a try. Word of warning, beware you might get addicted to their love for the fluff and never look at a team name the same again.
That might be true.
Yeah, hopefully.
Phil Bonarak had a Facebook share to his league, The Crumble. You all should listen to the best Blood Bowl podcast, ... in Illinois. Hosted by two gingers. Well, a ginger and a bald guy who claims to be a ginger. Anyway, it is a great podcast by two guys who love the game and the fluff. If you love Blood Bowl tournament play and fluff, this is the podcast for you. Go to bothdown.com and enjoy.
I don't know which one of us is bald.
I think we both qualify for bald.
Yeah.
And we're both
because I'm looking
gray
worse
out.
and worse. Yeah.
It's too many Friday nights, dude.
I have still no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, that's why I'm not too worried about getting it shaved. I'm like, it's time. I'm happy with it.
All right.
And then finally, Eric Charlie did a Facebook share. Give one of my favorite Blood Bowl podcasts a listen. You will not be disappointed. Short and sweet.
He has two first names.
He sure does.
That'd be a good dog name.
Eric Charlie?
Yeah. Eric Charlie, get over here.
Come over here, Eric Charlie.
Yeah.
God dang it, Eric Charlie, stop licking your balls.
Yeah. Eric Charlie, did you poop on the floor?
That's a bad Eric Charlie.
Human dog names might be the only chance I have for ever getting a dog.
Just call it Thomas. Just get like a big lazy basset hound and call it Thomas.
First name is John Brees. I'm going to name a dog John Brees.
Okay. That's fair.
After John Brees, the Blood Bowl player. I crack myself up when I'm alone at any point thinking of yelling at a dog, John Brees, you want a biscuit? John Brees, get over here. You want to go outside and pee, John Brees? And you always call him John Brees. Not John, ever. So, like, maybe if I get another dog, it's called Eric Charlie. But I don't really want a dog.
Right.
But if I do, it's going to be John Brees. Boy or girl, doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
I mean, you can do that, right?
Yeah.
All right.
They're dogs. They don't care. They're just happy.
There's girl named Johnny, right? So it could just be, John Brees.
That's fair.
It's so funny to me, though. It's like a little dog, and he goes outside and poops, and I'm like, good boy, John Brees. You pooped on the front yard.
Now, is this a chihuahua in your head, or?
Oh.
Feels like a little beagle.
Yeah, like just a little weird dog.
Okay.
So
a big rat.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But he's kind of cool, which means a cool dog doesn't exist, so, like, I wouldn't get one.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
They're so needy.
I know. That's why I like cats.
They always want to touch you and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they want to, like, lick you.
That's really your mom's dog.
I know that.
Other dogs aren't quite as bad.
Well, she has an old lady dog.
She does.
That dog doesn't care if you're stabbing her as long as you're touching her while you stab her.
She just loves the attention.
Yeah.
So, of those people, I'm sure one of them is wanting to know who gets the prize.
And the winner is...
All of them. Screw it. So,
why are you doing that?
Well,
are you being serious?
Yeah.
All of them are going to get free dice?
Why not?
And you're going to... That's a lot of shipping, dude.
Yeah. If you're overseas, I'd appreciate you covering shipping or buying some stuff from the podcast, and I can ship it with that.
I was trying to say, you better watch it before you speak.
Yeah, the overseas shipping probably isn't smart, but whatever. I think Alberto is probably the only one, and I don't mind for him.
Okay. Wow, he's got a soft spot for you.
Yes. So if you're listening and you heard yourself, make sure you give me your address, and if you'd like to purchase something from the store and help us out, you're more than welcome to, and I'll ship it along with it.
Awesome.
So,
what other shout-outs you got? Next month is December, Steve. Christmas.
Shout out to Turkey, then? I don't know.
Are you ready for Christmas? You going to set up a tree? Is anything in this house going to change? You can do anything festive here.
Can I pick a question and then I will answer it? You
Well,
can't just throw out 5 questions and not give me a chance to answer one and
All
move
right,
on.
go ahead.
Which one?
Any of them. All of them. I figure the answer is no.
Do I get my Christmas tree back? Or is that yours now?
Oh, I think that's mine by
Okay.
default.
Then,
Would you set it up if I gave it back?
yeah, I'll probably set it up.
Would you really?
I got a ton of room now. Yeah.
You got more room than I do.
Yeah, I do. So, we're having Thanksgiving at my house, day after Thanksgiving.
Whoa!
And
What?
then, so more than likely we'll have Christmas at my house, which means I'll probably put up a tree.
What?
What?
That's crazy. What happened to you?
Dude, I've lived with you for 5 years. I didn't have a place to do anything. Before that, I did stuff.
You would never help set up the Christmas tree.
Because it was for you and the kids.
You just sat there and watched TV.
It was a time for you and the kids.
Why didn't you get up and put some balls on the tree and stuff like that?
You always want me to put balls on something. I'm not going to do it.
Okay. We always put the tree on a Friday night. I don't know why. That would keep you from doing anything.
Just time for you and the kids.
All right.
It's just what it was.
Really doing. So your whole family's coming over here.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
To my knowledge, yeah.
Your father and your stepmom.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's what we normally did. I'm neutral ground.
That's great.
It's a lot easier for everyone to come over to my place than try to find some other place to go to.
That's pretty cool.
I think we did one, like normally we go to Dad's, but that's out in Elk City, which is 2 hours from me. And my sister lives a mile from me. My one brother lives like 3 miles from me. And I'm 3 hours away from Greg in Texas.
Right.
So it's much more central area for me versus anything else.
I agree. I'm just happy. The kids will be really happy. They were really worried about what is Steve going to do for the holidays. My girls were.
Well, that's nice.
Is Steve still going to have Christmas now that he doesn't live with us?
Yeah.
So
Santa will still find me.
yeah.
I even have a fireplace. I just got to get a mantle up.
Yeah. Right. So
Gotta
you
buy
can, so you can come down your chimney.
Oh, the joys of owning a house. I got to buy a freaking mantle. I got a free mantle from Michael, but it doesn't fit.
It feels good to say you own a house, but it sure also feels good to say, I need to call my landlord and tell him he needs to fix this light bulb.
Oh, I will be much happier when like the tax return comes in and I can pay off all my debt, because I had no debt before buying the house. Buy the house and it's like, oh Lord. And there's still a lot of stuff I want to buy, but it's going to wait.
Yeah, I know that. So,
Yeah.
well, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm glad.
You know what I just realized? It's not 10 o'clock p.m. outside.
Oh no, it's not.
It feels like 10 o'clock p.m. outside.
No, this
because
is
you
like the
have every
earliest-
drop of light out of this room, and it's only like 4 o'clock.
It was only one window.
I know, but
And I put sound
it's
foam on it.
completely dark, and
Yeah.
I just realized that
And
my
yet-
body was telling me, since I'm so used to us recording late, that
Yeah.
it's late, and it's not late.
Yeah, this is the earliest we've recorded in forever. It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy.
But yeah, people probably heard a train earlier.
Did
But
they?
I tried to keep, put the phone up so people don't hear it.
Oh, well.
The foam is cool. I just need like another wall of foam just to.
Run yourself
completely.
into?
That'd be awesome.
You should do that.
I could get like 3 inches of foam and just put it on that wall and just run into it whenever I want.
That'd be awesome. I think that's what you should do.
Sure.
Anything else you want to talk about, Blood Bowl wise?
I got nothing. Next month should be an interesting one. I think we're going to have the new runner, new organizer. Let's say new runner, but it's not. He's running it, but he's not the new runner. The new organizer of Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl. The new organizer of Blood Bowl,
Yep, good.
Jervis
The-
Nifton,
The new
and
organizer.
Pete Johnson.
The new organizer of Chaos Cup, Jeff Gallenbach's going to be with us talking about Chaos Cup.
You know him otherwise as that guy who's always drunk, or the guy with very pretty blue eyes, or Jeffro.
Yes, probably Jeffro online.
Right.
But yeah, we're going to talk to him about the changes coming to Chaos Cup next year, if he has decided what they are yet. And we'll have some other cool fluff stuff.
All right. Well, any other announcements you want to announce?
No, I think we're saving it for next time, aren't we?
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Well, then I'm out of here. I want you to enjoy your Salty Friday, and we'll talk to you later.
Okay, whatever that is.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
You can follow Both Down on Twitter at Both Down. You can follow Scott at Fat Finley, FATFINLEY, and Steve at Kilowog2814. If you want to know if your team name is Both Down approved, send a tweet to @BDapproved. If you'd like to email them, the email address is bothdownpodcast@gmail.com. Or for more information, you can visit them at bothdown.com or at facebook.com/bothdown.
This is the world of Commander McBragg. Your hair will curl in the world of McBragg. He fights monsters galore, and then asks for still more. For so says the brag of McBragg. When on the hill the Marines plant a flag, they may be led by Commander McBragg. With a cannon in hand, he can beat any band. Or so says the brag of McBragg. Fencing and fighting and round table knighting and slaying of dragons too. Shipping and sailing and great harpoon whaling, there's nothing McBragg can't do. Hunting and trapping and gold miner mapping and flying to Timbuktu. Roping and riding and Indian guiding, Commander McBragg comes through. This is the world of Commander McBragg. Your head will whirl in the world of McBragg. He can do any